Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to congratulate Professor Ashutosh Sharma on his 65th birthday. And what a way to celebrate birthdays. Normally we have birthday parties and birthday bash, and then we are all discussing about all technical and scientific issues. We had a very memorable tenure under Professor Ashutosh Sharma. His 10 minutes is too short to tell what he achieved during his tenure as the Secretary Department of Science and Technology. As you said, that Surveyor is one of the oldest scientific department of Government of India. But then we were very old in all our technologies and processes. When I took over and Professor Ashutosh Sharma was at the helm of affairs, we took under his guidance. We transformed Surveyor of India from conventional to all digital technologies. I just give few examples. Like the vertical datum for the India. I am only talking about the infrastructure part of it. The vertical datum for India was last defined in 1909. And after say 110 years or so, in 2018 under this leadership we redefined the vertical datum for India and we made the book on the science day. Similarly, that people is talking about the GIS. But the GIS, as the Surveyor was concerned, was nowhere because we believed all in hard copy maps. So we came up with a proper data model structure for the country as how the GIS should be structured, how it should be there. And in the 2018 again, on the technology day, under his guidance, we released that data model structure. Now comes the various processes. Like if you have to have every nation has to have a integrated reference framework. We had a very passive work, very great art. I'm sure many of you would have heard the great art started in 1802 and continues in 1854. So we all had all the passive stations, but the technology was evolving very fast, and we were still lagging. Under his guidance, we started establishing continuous operating reference station framework (CORS) network in the country, which was for the first time in the history of Surveyor and in the country that we could establish. We started with the UP and Uttarakhand, and then go on to Maharashtra, Karnataka, and completely now the nationwide network has been covered. So the question is that who started? After that, continuing journey, first step is very, very important. There are so many different challenges, there are so many financial constraints, how the government departments work. But Professor Ashutosh Sharma, he was not only a scientist, he was a great administrator. And we could approach him any time, and he was very helpful. That he needed a project, sit with me, discuss, and tell me how it's going to be useful to the society. So that is the best part of me. So we are a big man. They were making us for around 50 years. But then these maps were not very large scale, say 50,000, 25,000. And basically used for planning purposes, but not at the micro level. We used drone-based technology, which was not existent in India at that time. I can tell the audience that in 2018 and 19 when we started the drone-based mapping, there was no tools everything and no tools available as far as the drone was concerned. All tools were aircraft. Now we were struggling to start an operation of flying one drone. So you can imagine now that everybody is talking about the drone, but in 2019 we couldn't even fly a single drone because the rules and regulations were not permitting it. They wanted us to have licensed pilots, but there were no schools or colleges or the universities which can give license. You can imagine the journey with what we started and what is looking today. It was not so easy for us at that time. And we helped the Ministry of Evaluation and they helped me simplify the rules and regulations. Then under his guidance, we conceived a very big scheme, Swamit, which was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister. Now we all know that we had 6 lakh villages, and in villages we have 2 types of land. One is the urban land, the where people live, that is called Amati area, and there is the agriculture living. So now people where they live, they were living without any rights. They didn't have any documents with them for the law. Even since 1977, what about when the protocol started? Since then they were living in those pockets, but they had never got any right for those things. It means we are lucky to say that it is is how it's going to be. So under Professor Ashok Sharma, we hold a scheme that we will do the mapping of all these Awazi areas of 6 lakh villages in the country using drones. You can imagine from the message of area, we were talking about the online giving map to the user, which is very useful to the citizen, and citizens will when this scheme was told for one of the prime ministers, he was very announcing for the entire country. We started with only Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Haryana, but there is a launch in the entire country. And now people in those pockets, they all have this comment that is property card is being issued to them by the government of India. But again, the question is who started it, and when it was started. It was all started under the Sharma's. Now, this was only part of the extensive residency. The complete drone ecosystem was established during that period, which nobody realized that there was no company which would manufacture or assemble a single drone. At that time, 2019, when we started, we all had petrol from outside. But then, slowly and slowly, the complete ecosystem was evolved in the country. Now, the question is that yes, technology is moving very fast and evolving very fast. But where is that action? We need to have a very systematic research and innovation in this geospatial domain to make India a great power. How we now, most of the technologies and processes we were dependent on the government. Even the GPS, what we talk about the GPS, especially like oaks and roads, we had a lot of problems using the house because we were more dependent on GPS. Now we need to work out where we can be self-reliant as well as the terrestrial data is concerned. The vertical data is concerned, we should work from here. We have been working very closely with IIT Kanpur. We started in 2018, but I don't know where we stand today. The VMPA process was started. We had taken approval from Professor Ashok, but I don't see that this is somewhere nearby because so far we have come from the centimeter level electricity, but we need to move to the millimeter level electricity. Slowly and be self-reliant and not dependent on foreign technologies and processes. Similarly, we had taken up LiDAR mapping. The mission Ganga, we contributed a lot to the mission. And I remember that in 2019, when Allahabad was there, Ashok called me, he said, how we can contribute, that we can provide a life-saving model of the entire area for administration to go for their planning and other things. So this is how we kept on contributing towards this. And we need to work on gravity measurements also. There are so many scientific areas where we can really have research and innovation working very closely with all educational and prominent institutes like IITs. Data processing, cloud security, these are very big challenges which India is facing now. We are again more dependent on all foreign processes and technologies. So this is where IITs can come forward, and the best in the part of the researchers at that Professor Ashok Sharma's mind, we had sufficient funding available. So now when we talk about research, the funding in time, these are commitment, these are very critical components. So the government department should work very closely with the IITs. There should be sufficient commitment and the funding made available. It should not be just give 2 crores, 3 crores, because you need huge investments in the geospatial domain now. People are spending $50,000 million, but we are not in finance. So the budget also needs to be catered for, and the time also needs to be given to all the individuals to come up with these solutions. And I can continue for many hours, but since time is very short, so I will try to stop here only. But very hardly I can cover anything in my extended talk. Geospatial, the technology is geospatial domain in a great extent, there is so much. So I will stop here. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to be part of this education.